India-China tensions are also spiraling. China is again playing the Tibet card to provoke India. The CCP has once again given imaginary names to places inside Arunachal Pradesh, inviting the wrath of India. The Modi government has also fact-checked CCP mouthpiece The Global Times and now banned it in India for spreading disinformation. Global Times' X handle has been suspended for peddling misinformation on India-Pakistan military clash. The Modi government's uncompromising approach comes days after the Indian embassy in China sternly warned the media outlet to verify facts before posting on social media. Responding to the tabloids' coverage of the Indian military performance, it posted on platform X, quote, "Dear Global Times News, we would recommend you verify your facts and cross-examine your sources before pushing out this kind of disinformation," unquote. Now, the Indian Ministry of External Affairs has lambasted the CCP's claims on Arunachal Pradesh after the latter released a list of imaginary names. India has called the Chinese exercise futile and preposterous. The Ministry of External Affairs reiterated India's stance on the status of the state, which is consistent with our principled position. We reject such attempts categorically. Creative naming will not alter the undeniable reality that Arunachal Pradesh was, is, and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India, unquote. Remember, China refers to Indian state as Southern Tibet and has repeatedly declared Chinese names for various regions spanning 90,000 kilometers of Arunachal Pradesh's territory. India had countered Chinese move in June last year by restoring 30 ancient names in Tibet, which existed before the Chinese occupation in 1950s. Yet China continues to raise claims on territories and resources of India on one pretext or another, with a name to finally grab them. The dragon is showing its true colors. Tomorrow, China may claim the continent of Antarctica as its own, or the planet Mars, because it simply looks red. But China must remember, India is the world's fourth biggest military and economic power, and CCP's bullying tactics will not work on India, like it attempts to do in the South China Sea. Reasserting its territorial claims on the region, China on the 13th of May released a fresh list of 27 names for the region it calls Zangnan, covering a diverse array of geographical features: 15 mountains, 5 residential areas, 4 mountain passes, 2 rivers, and even 1 lake. But why now? Why did China pull the Arunachal card move at a time when its nuclear-armed neighbors, Pakistan and India, are locked in a full-blown conflict? China, which is Pakistan's ironclad friend, was left exposed on the global stage when Indian weapon systems successfully outperformed their Chinese counterparts. As per Stockholm International Peace and Research Institute, between 2020 and 2024, 81% of Islamabad's imported weapons came from China. Escalating India-Pakistan tensions proved to be the first real combat test for China's multi-billion-dollar defense modernization and industry. Yet Indian missiles easily outperformed and penetrated Pakistan's Chinese air defense shield and destroyed 11 Pakistani air bases. Reports suggest how Xi Jinping sent China's largest military transport aircraft, the Y-20, carrying arms to Pakistan during the standoff with India. Yet it was India which secured a decisive victory in the 3-day conflict. However, these claims were later dismissed by the CCP, calling them rumors. The war, when it began, from China's perspective, was essentially meant to be a powerful advertisement for its own weapons. But it's the Indian BrahMos and Akash missile systems grabbing headlines all over the world. Experts say the Chinese strategy was to promote its weapon systems through fake propaganda and boost their sales, as well as shape global narrative from behind the curtain. Racking up support for failed terror state Pakistan, China's top diplomat Wang Yi stated last week, quote, "As an ironclad friend and an all-weather strategic cooperative partner, China fully understands Pakistan's legitimate security concerns and supports Pakistan in safeguarding its sovereignty and security interests," unquote. Much to China and Pakistan's disappointment, India's advanced air defense systems completely outperformed Pakistan's Chinese-origin weapons like the PL-15 missile, as well as cheap Turkish drone swarms. The Indian army, unlike Pakistan, has produced foolproof visual evidence in terms of satellite images of these intercepts as well as wreckage. Pakistan also possesses powerful Chinese drones like the CH-4 manufactured by China Aerospace Science and Technology Cooperation, and these were procured by Pakistan in 2021. India has thwarted all drone attacks from Pakistan till now. The YJ-27A radar system received from China claims to be able to track even stealth weapon systems like warships and fighter jets that are not easily detected on radar. However, the Chinese system failed to stop India's attack on multiple terror bases on the night of May 6th and 7th, and then Pakistan's airfields on the 9th and 10th of May. As a result of the failure of these Chinese weapons versus India's success in this domain, Chinese defense stocks witnessed a sharp decline on the 14th of May. Several big names like China Aerospace Times Electronics Company Limited or the Long March Launch Vehicle Technology Limited recorded losses ranging from 1 to 4%. More alarmingly, Avic Chengdu Aircraft, maker of the J-10 fighter jets, its share price crashed more than 9% in just 2 days after this conflict. On the other hand, Indian defense companies have seized this opportunity to showcase their products on the global stage, leading to a surge in Indian defense stocks. India's defense stocks rose rapidly, especially after Prime Minister Modi's first public address on Operation Sindoor, where he tactfully highlighted the success of Made in India weapons used in the spectacular attack on Pakistan. The success of Operation Sindoor led to Cochin Shipyard jumping 11%, Paras Defense by 8.4%, Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders gained 6.6%, Bharat Dynamics added 4.4%, and both Bharat Electronics as well as Hindustan Aeronautics climbed over 2%. Zen Technologies also hit the 5% upper circuit. The market reaction followed a ceasefire announced on the 10th of May after 4 days of fierce cross-border missile and drone attacks. Donald Trump's announcement and Washington's credit-taking of the ceasefire reportedly irked China, which is considered to be Pakistan's all-weather ally. The announcement reportedly rattled Beijing, which also desires to be seen as a global power player. Pakistan, fully hammered by India, ran to the United States for help and not China. Experts claim that China was irked by Pakistan approaching Washington to broker a peace deal before even calling Beijing up. The sequence of events proves that Beijing's anger not only stems from it being sidelined during the India-Pakistan ceasefire and conflict, but also the fact that Pakistan's humiliating defeat sullied the image of China as Pakistan's primary weapons supplier. As the world got to see that Chinese-made weapons and systems were unable to protect Pakistan against Indian indigenous weapon systems. But what do you believe? Is China racking out the Arunachal Pradesh issue after its Pakistan ploy failed against India? Leave a comment with your opinion, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.